Hello and welcome back to Sportsnet. Lakers driven by your Southern California Honda deals. I'm Chris McGee. I got big game James Worthy, big shot Robert Horry. Allie's going to join us in a little bit. Trudell will be handling the duties out there in Chicago. The Lakers lose a tough one. Listen, circumstances regarding tonight's game, not normal for either team. The Bulls had not played in 7 days. They're still missing 5 players. The Lakers missing 7 guys. One of those is AD, who's now out for at least 4 weeks. The other 6, health and safety protocols, including their coach, Frank Vogel. That being said, the effort was there. Chance to win the game was there. But they come up short. They go 1-2 on this road trip. And when you lose, the story has to become what happened down the stretch. Execution-wise, the turnovers, 20 of them for 29 points, and 16 offensive rebounds, James, for the Bulls for 16 second-chance points.
You nailed it. If I don't say anything else, you just nailed it right there, because when you have opportunities to win the game, you have to take care of the little things. And, you know, great defense for 24 seconds only to give up a second and third opportunity. And that alone, like when LeBron blocked that shot and they couldn't recapture that rebound, it's really demoralizing to your defense. You just really have a big letdown. But I thought the fact that they came out with a shortage of players, put Isaiah Thomas in there in the mix, Ariza coming back. I thought they played really well, distributed the ball very well when they needed to. They just came up a little short when they needed to get some rebounds. And you can't give up 16 offensive rebounds. You just can't do that and turn the ball over in critical times down the stretch.
Yeah, you know, you look at this game and you watch the way the Lakers played. They played really good. Mm-hmm. They played very good. Yep. They moved the basketball. They went to some plays that she said, okay, this is what you need to do down the crunch. You know, they went to LeBron in the post, and he was a facilitator from the post. You know, he got some shots there. You didn't knock him down. But you do have to sometimes say, okay, a better team won. I think the way DeMar DeRozan played tonight, 38 points. 38 points, Geeter. Hey, I want to tell all these people who were into analytics, 38 points, how many threes he shoot? 0. And so this is my whole point about analytical and shooting threes. It ain't about shooting threes, it's about getting buckets. Yeah. And that's what DeMar DeRozan was doing down the stretch, getting buckets for the Lakers, and they found no way to stop him. I figured we were going to double team him, get it out of his hand, make somebody score, but, you know, they played good, but DeMar, just a little bit too much DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan, guys, 38 points. That's what he now basically averages against the Lakers in his 2 games. 19 of those were in the fourth. But, James, the big difference, he got to the free throw line 17 times. He made 16 of them.
Old school basketball, Geeter. Rob just said it. You know, he knows what his specialty is, and he's known that from the beginning. So when you have a formula that works, you're not trying to add no 3 points. You're not trying to add a 3-point shot. You're not trying to, you know, enhance your game more than what it needs to. And he's been able to be steady, consistent, and just a dagger in the heart down the stretch when needed. So, but I thought the Lakers overall, this is one of the better games of the season, as far as I'm concerned. They just, you know, they'll look at it and figure out how to, you know, get offensive rebounds, not give up offensive rebounds. And when they play good 24-second defense, you got to get that ball. They're just a little short. I was very, you know, satisfied with what I saw.
DeMar DeRozan was a name that was being floated around in the summer to join the Los Angeles Lakers. And I think he kind of flew under the radar with all the names going around in free agency and sign-in trades and who the Lakers were going to possibly trade for. I'm not going to say he was wasting away in San Antonio. He was playing hard, and
he was.
Rob can say that. They're barely a playoff team if they weren't last year, the year before, barely. But he's showing everyone. Not only is he a great fit in Chicago with what they have going on there, but he's got a lot left in the tank. He's proven that in a big-time way.
You know, California guy, you would hope that he would come back to Cali to play. But if you watch DeMar DeRozan through the years, he's been this type of player throughout his career. Very consistent. You know, the flack on him was he doesn't shoot threes. And I was like, why? He's averaging 20-plus points a game. And this is what you show you guys who just know how to flat-out score. When you watch him play, he puts me in the mind of Mitch Richmond, who used to be that bully type of guy who can just score on you any wheel and just play hard. You know, in San Antonio, he was in a situation where they was rebuilding young, you know, and then you had a guy to leave because of his, you know, issues with his chest and his heart, meaning DA. So you gotta find a way to stop this guy, because this guy is incredible, man. And I wish we'd had a chance to get him on this team, because he can flat out play.
He's a true closer. When you think about closers in this league, we think about, you know, LeBron's a closer, Steph Curry's a closer. DeRozan's a closer, and we saw that tonight. If you don't double team him, and I mean, Geeter, they had their hands right on his face, but he was able to elevate. He's got a pure jump shot, and, you know, when he gets in that 15 to 10-foot range, it's lights out if you don't go double team him quickly.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan got it done tonight, and the Chicago Bulls, the season sweep.
And got good news that I, you know, avoided surgery. So that's good, but, you know, still sucks that I'm going to be out, you know, for some weeks. I'm trying to get this right.
Okay.
Did you see McDaniels coming into you, or were you completely blindsided by the contact?
Yeah, I saw my peripherals, but I wasn't really looking. Because when Bron threw the pass, it's a little outside, I was reaching, you know, to get it. And at that point, it just wasn't fast enough. Freaky play, like, nothing really could have got out the way.
You're walking off the court, and the cameras caught you, like, collapsed in the tunnel. Can you just take us back to that moment, what you were feeling?
Just throbbing, pain, and the pressure just from one end of the court all the way to the other. It just reached a point where it's just like it's tough to walk. So to take a break. Like I said, the first thing, you know, I did hear something pop, and the first thing I thought of was, you know, that, which I was emotional. I was just like everywhere, you know. But like I said, you know, thank God that it wasn't that. But yeah, I just needed to, like, my leg was bothering me, so I just had to drop and just, you know, take that pressure off of it.
You had already come out of that game with the ankle and tried to kind of battle through that. I'm wondering, sort of, how have you tried to direct your mentality into toughen out some of those things that have happened this year, and do you think there's any part of that can you can kind of pay forward that mentality into your rehab?
Yeah, the ankle was another freaky play. I stepped on this guy on his arm, but the ankle was fine. You know, I just went to the back. They wanted to retape and make sure I can still, you know, run and make sure it wasn't swelling and stuff like that. So the ankle was fine, but with anything like me, even last year, you know, just trying to attack the rehab and get back on the floor as soon as possible. You know, obviously this won't be as long as last year. You know, I missed 12 weeks with that. So, but just thinking to myself that it's another journey, you know, of being able to mind, body, you know, right, you know, and then kind of like a mini summer, like kind of how I treated it last year, like a little mini summer within the season, to be able to get all the way right. So use this time to try to just, get all the way healthy and come back better than I were.
Anthony, how do you think this team can try to survive defensively, especially not only with you being out for this extended time, but a lot of the guys in protocols right now, or some of your defensive players? Do you have any thoughts on that?
It takes a team. You know, no one guy can guard everybody. You know, communication. All our guys kind of get locked in. And it's going to take a team to beat Chicago tonight, and then moving forward, you know, everyone has to be on the same page. And I think we got, you know, a lot of guys who can do that, a lot of leadership, you know, who can put us in the right position on